Another Monarch mind control music video. I mean, there's so many of these, it's unbelievable. Because the Illuminati want to, this is what they actually do. Kerli's creepy video about Monarch mind control. Kerli's walking on air video is definitely a creepy one. The early dark atmosphere of the video is, however, not a simple question of asterisks. It symbolically depicts the disturbed world of mind control experiments. Well, look at the imagery surrounding Kerli and her video walking on air. Kerli is an external artist who was discovered by L.A. Reid and signed with Island Def Jam music group in 2006. She has a distinctive, creepy gothic persona, which makes her quite original artist, while many fans are charmed by the twisted world of Kerli's. Those who are aware of the occult meaning found in her imagery can easily detect its connection with Monarch programming, as it is the case for many artists described on this site. Kerli's photo and videos contain numerous hints relating to this practice, and walking on air is the most blatant example. Those who are not aware of the existence of Monarch mind control should first look into the research. Those words describe the origins, the purpose, and the symbolism associated with mind control and its usage in the military and the entertainment industry. In a nutshell, Monarch programming involves making slaves go through dehumanizing traumas in order to force the fragmental of their personality and the creation of an alter, which can be programmed by the handlers. The subjects are constantly monitored, drugged, and abused. They have to submit to sadistic mind games and are taught that evil is good, pain is pleasure, and so on. Here is a quick overview of Monarch programming. Definition and description. The name Monarch is not necessarily defined within the context of real nobility, but rather refers to the monarch butterfly when a person is undergoing trauma induced by electroshock. A feeling of lightheadedness is evidenced as if one is floating or fluttering like a butterfly. There is also a symbolic representation pertaining to the transformation of metamorphosis of this beautiful insect from a caterpillar to a cocoon, dormancy in captivity to a butterfly, new creation which will return to its point of origin. Such is the migratory pattern that makes this species unique. Occultic symbolism may give additional insight into the true meaning. Psyche is the word for both soul and butterfly, coming from the belief that human souls become butterflies while searching for a new reincarnation, which is a cult belief. Some ancient mythical groups, such as the Gnostics, saw the butterflies as a symbol of corrupt flesh, the angel of death. Remember, Megalese in Gnostic artworks was portrayed crushing the butterfly. A Maritiat is a puppet that is attached to strings and is controlled by the puppet master. Hence, Monarch programming is also referred to as the Marionette syndrome. Inferior conditioning is another term used, while some mental health therapists know it as conditioned stimulus response sequence project. Monarch could be the best described as a form structured dissociation and occult integration carried out in order to compartmentalize the mind into multiple personalities within a systematic framework. During this process, a satanic ritual usually include Kabbalistic mysticism is performed within the purpose of attacking a particular demon or group of demons to the corresponding altars. Of course, most skeptics would view this as simply a means to enhance trauma within the victim, negating any instructional belief that demonic possession actually occurs. Altars and triggers. Another way of examining the completed victimization of body and soul is by looking at it as a complex computer program. A file altar is created through trauma, repetition, and reinforcement. In order to trigger the file, a specific access code or passcode, cue or command is required. The victim survivor is called a slave by the programmer handler, who in turn is perceived as master or god. About 75% are female, since they possess a higher tolerance for pain and tend to dissociate easier than males. Subjects are used mainly for cover operations, prostitution, and involvement in the entertainment industry is notable. A former military officer connected to the DIA told this writer, "In the big picture, these people, Monarch victims, are in all walks of life, from the bum on the streets to the white-collar guy in corporation." A retired CIA agent vulgarly discussed the use of such personnel to be used as plants or chameleons for the purpose of infiltrating a design group, gathering information and or rejecting an ulterior agenda. There are an incognate amount of altars in the victim survival, with numerous backup programs, mirrors and shadows, a division of light side good and dark side bad. Altars are interwoven in the mind and rotate on an axis. One of the main internal structures, of which there are many within the system, is shaped like a double helix, consisting of several levels. Each system has an internal programmer which oversees the gatekeeper demons, who grant or deny entry into the different rooms. A few of the internal images predominantly seen by victim survivors are trees. The Kabbalistic tree of life, with adjoining root systems, infinitely loops, ancient symbols and letters, spider webs, mirrors, or glass shattering mass, castles, maze, demons, monsters, aliens, seashells, butterflies, snakes, ribbons, bowls, flowers, hourglasses, clocks, robots, chain of command diagrams and of schematics of computer circuitry boards. Some of Kerli's pictures, many images relating to Kerli's give a sense broken childhood and the loss of innocence, which is a reality of mind control victims. The main image found in Carol's website contains numerous references to Monarch programming. There are two Carols in this image. The one in the background is the old Kerli, dressed in black lace, symbolic of submission to her handler. She is looking back through her mirror and is apparently crying. The Kerli in the foreground is the new Kerli, the older personality holding a stitched up white rabbit. The stitches allude to the fact that the rabbit was once torn apart, an image of the fragmented mental state of Kerli's. In occult symbolism, while white rabbits lead the subjects to an altered reality. The White Rabbit of Alice in Wonderland, a fairy tale commonly used in Monarch mind control programming, leads Alice through the looking glass in the Matrix. Neo is told to follow the White Rabbit in order to discover the Matrix. Her logo, a reference to Monarch programming. The next image might ring a bell for regular readers of the site. Kerli is surrounded with creepy toys, again referring to broken childhood and mind control. Her arms are symbolically placed in references to the Henoxon, as above, so below, as depicted in Ephesians, Levi's description of Baphomet. As we see, she's in the position of a Baphomet, which is not really a surprise. Note the monarch butterfly on Kerli's right arm, which alludes to the fact she is mind-controlled, programmed into copying, worshipping Baphomet, as we see exactly the same. Then we see the butterfly. She's not actually got butterfly wings on her, but in the image in the shadow she has. Kerli's shadow bears butterfly wings, symbolic of her altered personality, resulting from Monarch programming. And again, she basically looks like a plastic doll, a mannequin. Therefore, a mannequin simulates a mind-control victim. Kerli's as a lifeless mannequin. Again, the separated body parts refer to fragmented personality. And as we see with the one eye, notice above the eye patch, as we saw in another article on this site, the covering hiding of an eye has become a typical sign of an Illuminati-related artist. Again, as well as the skull simulates death, as well as black and white. Another emphasis on a single eye. Kerli's bio on MySpace seems to describe symptoms felt by mind control victims. I cry a lot equally because of happiness and sadness. I have at least 5 different personalities. Crowds make me anxious unless I'm on stage. I hear colours, I see signs, I believe in fairies. I change my mind in every 5 minutes. If I can't write music for more than A couple of days I lose it, I make things, I almost never feel like I belong. I am very uncomfortable having a human experience. Most likely she is a victim of the Illuminati. At face value, the song is about finding happiness by believing in oneself and following one's dream. However, a deeper look into the video symbolism reveals another layer of interpretation relating to mind control. The title of the song itself refers to the feeling of lightheadedness felt by mind control slaves during their trauma-based therapies. The first verse asks you what this song is all about. There's a little creepy house in a little creepy place, a little creepy town in a little creepy world. Little creepy girl with her little creepy face saying funny things that you have never heard. Do you know what it's all about? Are you brave enough to figure it out? Know that you could set your world on fire if you are strong enough to leave your doubts. At the beginning of the video, a strange man representative of her mind control handler gives Kerli a gift, a doll, which, as we know, a doll simulates personalities. I mean, she even admitted it herself that she has about 5 personalities. Probably is a Monarch mind control victim. Most of them are. It is Kerli's doll, which represents her alter personality. She brings it inside the house, which symbolically represents Kerli's inner consciousness. Inside the house, Kerli and her alter personality are monitored by an all-seeing eye, meaning the Illuminati control her alter personality. As she said in her own words, that she feels like she doesn't belong. She's probably been programmed, tortured, basically feeling worthless. This is what happens to mind control victims. They dissociate themselves from the world, and that's how the handler basically programs them. Through a TV monitor, the fact that she is being watched by the TV rather than her watching it is representative of the mind-bending reversals found in mind control. Notice the black and white dualistic floor, which becomes a Masonic checkerboard pattern further in the video. Then Kerli's activates the ceiling fan, and her whole world starts spinning, giving the same sensation felt by mind-controlled slaves during the traumatic experiences. Kerli's world is spinning during electroshock therapy. Mind-controlled slaves are encouraged to go to a happy place or to go over the rainbow in order to escape the unbearable pain. The lyrics of the chorus convey the same message. Feel it, breathe it, believe it, and you'll be walking on air. Go try it, go fly so high, and you'll be walking on air. You feel this unless you kill this. Go on, and you are forgiven. I knew that I could feel like that. I feel like I am walking on air. Most likely, as I said, probably is a victim of the Illuminati mind control. The second scene is also highly symbolic. Kerli steps out from the wall into the kitchen. There is a total blur between reality and fiction. The bricked windows convey a sense of imprisonment and isolation. Her only escape is through mental escapism, Alice in the Wonderland, esque reversals are found everywhere, snow emerging from her umbrella, cold oven and hot fridge. In the third scene, Kerli is lying on a rocky bed, a play on the pain is pleasure, theme in mind control. And as we see the checkerboard floor on the wall, the teardrops on Kerli's face, symbolic of her pain, turn into butterflies. The transformation has taken place. Kerli's hand then appears inside her mirror and orders her to go through the looking glass, another reference to Alice in the Wonderland. Through the mirror, the transformation has been completed. The doll, Kerli's altar, has reached maturity and is now in control of Kerli's core personality. She has become the puppet of her programmed altar, which can be triggered at will by her handler. And as you see, she's isolated. Monarch butterfly on the giant doll. Basically, it's symbolizing that she's a mannequin, simulates she's trapped and she's now a monarch controlled tool. Kerli is freed and released back into the world. She, however, quickly realizes that she is, and probably always will be, bound by her alter personality. In conclusion, although Kerli is not yet a big artist in the Americans, you will most probably hear more of her soon. She will be featured in 2 songs on the Alice in Wonderland soundtrack. How appropriate. And she is working on a new album. After reading this article, the logical questions are: is Kerli an actual mind control victim? Is she forced to incorporate those symbols into her act, or is she willingly tackling those issues? Those questions are rather hard to answer. However, if we look at the music industry as a whole and the content of recent music videos, we can conclude that imagery relating to mind control is becoming common. Other articles have analyzed the same themes explored by Lady Gaga, Rihanna, Beyonce, and other different artists are used to propagate the same symbolism to different crowds. Since her signing with Def Jam, Kerli's love of creepy and twisted imagery, which can be beautiful in itself, has been infused with Monarch programming symbolism, thus making her another puppet with no strings in the music industry. So whether she's a puppet or whether she's a mind control victim, nobody really knows.